So good morning students. We will be continuing with our next lecture of force and pressure. The topic name is non-contact forces. Gravitational force, a force that acts on you and on all objects around you all the time is the gravitational force. Gravitational force is the force with which the earth pulls everything towards itself. It is due to gravitational force that things on earth fall downward and not upward. A ball thrown up slowly down and then falls down toward the earth because of the gravitational force. Gravitational force is the force of attraction between particles of matter. Every object exerts this force on every other object. The magnitude of this force depends on the mass of the two objects and the distance between them. Two cars pull each other with a gravitational force even though it is very small. Because the earth has such a large mass, objects on the earth are pulled toward the earth due to the gravitational force of the earth, more than they are pulled towards each other. The earth pulls a car towards itself with a force which is about 30,000,000,000 times more than the force with which two cars pull each other. Activity 4. Experimental investigation. Gravitational force. Tie a small stone to a rubber band and let it hang. The rubber band gets stretched slightly as the earth pulls the stone towards it. Tie a small stone to a rubber band and let it hang. The rubber band gets stretched slightly as the earth pulls the stone towards it. Now tie a bigger stone to it. What do you notice? The rubber band is stretched more. Why? This is because the earth pulls the bigger stone with great force. We see that the big stone has more weight than the small stone. Thus, weight is a measure of the earth's gravitational force on an object. When you weight an object using a spring balance, you measure the earth's gravitational force on the object. You would weight less on the moon than on the earth because the moon has less mass than the earth and hence smaller gravitational force. It therefore pulls object towards itself with lesser force. On the other hand, you would weight 3 times more on Jupiter, which has greater mass than the earth and hence greater gravitational force. Magnetic force. Look at figure 11.7 like this. A large magnet is being used to pick out scraps of iron from the garbage. It is using force to lift the iron pieces. This force is called magnetic force or magnetism. Magnetic force is exerted by a magnet on certain metals such as iron. Experimental investigation. Magnetic force 1. Put some iron nails on a sheet of paper. Bring a small magnet near these iron nails. You will see that the iron nails are pulled towards the magnet even when they are little distance away from it. This shows that magnetic force can act from a distance. A magnet can act from a distance because it is surrounded by an invisible field of magnetic force. When large scraps of iron from garbage or small iron pieces get close to that field of force, they are pulled towards the magnet. Thus, magnetic force is a non-contact force. However, what happens when two magnets are brought close together? Take two bar magnets, bring them close together end to end, and so that their north poles face each other. What happens? Do they attract or repel each other? Now bring the south pole of one of the magnets near the north pole of the second magnet and try. What happens now? You will find that their behavior is opposite to what you observed earlier. Thus the two magnets attract or repel each other depending on which end are facing each other. Like poles repel each other, whereas unlike poles attract each other. Electrostatic force. There is another kind of non-contact force which is observed in the following activity. Rub a comb with your dry hair for some time, then bring the comb near bits of paper. Are they attracted towards the comb? When the comb is rubbed in your hair, it acquires a property called electrostatic charge. Electrostatic charges can be positive or negative. Electrostatic charges can exert a force called electrostatic force. It is because of this force that the bits of paper move towards the comb. Electrostatic force, like magnetic force, can also act from a distance and is a non-contact force. So in this lecture we will study the non-contact forces. So we will study the non-contact forces. So first force is gravitational force. And second force name is magnetic force, that we will study. And third force name is electrostatic force. So first of all, what are the non-contact forces? That means forces which do not need a contact with the object for their application. If you want to push this box, you have to touch that box. That is the example of contact force. But in non-contact forces means these forces do not require contact for their application. Do not require contact with object for their application. So this is the definition of non-contact force. Gravitational force. So this gravitational force is due to it is a force of attraction. First of all, you know that a apple, it is falling towards the earth. That means earth is attracting the apple towards itself. That is due to gravitational force. Apple is having mass and earth is having mass. Apple is being attracted towards earth. So this gravitational force, it is a force of attraction between two bodies having mass. So what is gravitational force? It is a force of attraction between two bodies having mass. So this is the first concept of gravitational force. So second concept of gravitational force is it depends on the mass of body. Gravitational force, it depends on the mass of body. That means it depends on the mass of object. If object is having more mass, gravitational force will be stronger. And if object is having less mass, gravitational force will be less. That means if mass is more, suppose mass m1 is more as compared to m2, so m1 will have more gravitational force and m2 will have less gravitational force. So it depends on the mass of the body or weight of the body, like this. This instrument is known as spring balance, and this is used to measure the weight of an object. So when you are measuring the weight of an object, suppose you are measuring the weight of an object, you are not getting the value of weight. Suppose the object is having a weight of, suppose, 60 Newton. So weight unit is Newton. You will study in higher classes. Weight is not kg, mass is in kg. So if you are measuring the weight of an object now, the same amount of gravitational force will act on the object. If the object is having a weight of 60 Newton, that means 60 Newton gravitational force will act on the object. That means when you are measuring the weight of an object, you are measuring the gravitational force that is acting on the object. So this is the important point. So weight of an object, it gives the value of gravitational force. So this is our third concept today. So this is the definition of gravitational force. Depends on the mass of object, and you are measuring the weight of an object. That means you are measuring the gravitational force that is acting on the object. You can take this example in real world also, like moon. Moon is having less weight and earth is having more weight. Moon is having less mass, earth is having more mass. So moon apply less gravitational force, earth apply more gravitational force. If you are standing on the moon, that means moon will apply less gravitational force on your body, and if you are standing on earth, earth will apply more gravitational force on the body. So you can say gravitational force on moon is less and earth is higher. So that's why your weight on the moon will be less and your weight on the earth will be more. So weight of a person will be less on moon as compared to earth. So why? Because gravitational force on the moon is less as compared to the gravitational force on earth. So this is our fourth point of discussion. And if you compare the Jupiter with earth, this is an example that is taken in your book. The Jupiter is having more mass as compared to earth. So the gravitational force on Jupiter will be more as compared to earth. So your weight on, if you are standing on the Jupiter, your weight will be more as compared to if you are standing on the earth. That means if you are standing on the Jupiter, your weight will be more as compared to earth. But if you are standing on the moon, your weight will be less as compared to earth. So the concept of this gravitational force has been discussed. You have to discuss some definition, on which factor it depends, what is the weight of an object is providing information, and what means in real world how this gravitational force is being means acting. So you know that earth is attracting the apple, but earth is not touching the apple, so it is a non-contact force. Gravitational force is a non-contact force. If someone asks you how to prove it, you will say apple is falling towards the earth because earth is attracting the apple, but earth is not touching the apple, so it is a non-contact force. Next type of force is magnetic force. While I'm writing these means notes for you, you can also maintain the notes while I'm delivering the lecture. Magnetic force. You take some iron pieces like this and you bring a magnet near to them, only near to them. This magnet will attract the iron pieces towards itself. So this type of force is magnetic force. Force of attraction. What is magnetic force? It is a force of attraction applied by the magnet. You know a magnet. This is north pole of a magnet. This is south pole of a magnet. Around the magnet, their magnetic field lines are there like this. Around the magnet, magnetic field lines are there like this. And due to this magnetic field, this what is this? This is magnetic field. That means around the magnet, magnetic field is there. Due to this magnetic field, force is acting on this iron filling or iron object. That's why it is getting attracted towards the magnet. That means a magnetic field a magnetic field exists around magnet. And what this magnetic field do? And this field apply force, and this field apply force, and this field will apply force to attract the iron pieces. A magnet is attracting the iron piece from a distance. That means there is no contact with the object to apply this force. So it is a non-contact force. So magnetic force is also a non-contact force. This activity you have already learned in lower classes. You take two bar magnets, north and south. This is bar magnet 1 and this is bar magnet 2, north and south. Bring the north pole of bar magnet 2 close to the north pole of bar magnet 1. They will repel each other. Case number 2. Bring the north pole of bar magnet 2 near to the south pole of bar magnet 1. They will get attracted. They are the like poles and they are the unlike poles. North are the like poles, north south are the unlike poles. So like poles they are repelling and unlike poles they are attracting. So this is a main point. Like poles of two bar magnets repel each other, and unlike poles of bar magnet attract each other. So this is the main point. So this magnet is being used in JCBs. This is a lift that is operated by this JCB machine. So here they will use the magnet. Okay. This magnet will pick the iron pieces from the garbage. So magnets are used to pick the iron objects from the garbages, and these magnets they are operated by the JCBs. So this is the application. Third type of non-contact force is electrostatic force. You take a comb like this. This is a comb. You rub this comb with your hairs. Then pick a piece of paper. This piece of paper will get attracted towards the comb. When you are rubbing this comb, this comb will have the charges. Due to rubbing, charges will get generated over this comb. And paper is also having charges. So the charges on the comb and the charges on the paper, they develop a force of attraction. That is known as electrostatic force. That's why the paper is being attracted towards the comb. When you rub the comb, charges appear on the body of comb. And a force of attraction it exists between these charges, and that force of attraction that is existing between these charges is known as electrostatic force of attraction. So rubbing, charges appearing on the body, and a force of attraction is existing between these charges. That is known as electrostatic forces of attraction. There is no contact between the comb and the piece of paper, so this is also a kind of non-contact force. You have to try these questions. First question is, a force can move a stationary object. If force is applied to a stationary object, does it always move? No. If you apply a force on the wall, it will not move. You have to give answer like this. Second question, two equal forces act on an object. Is this information enough to say which way the object will move? Give reason. No, this is not the good information. You will have to say two equal forces acting on the object in same direction or in opposite direction. Then only we can say in which direction the object will move. This is incomplete information. You have to mention that. Third question, name the force that act on all bodies on the earth at all times. That is a gravitational force that is acting on us. If I'm standing on the earth, gravitational force is acting on my body. It is acting all the times, 24 hours. Name a force that always opposes motion. It is frictional force. Can a force act on an object even when it is not in contact with the object? Give example. Yes. Non-contact forces do not require a contact with the object. What are the example of non-contact forces? Gravitational force, magnetic force, electrostatic force. So these 5 questions you have to do, and in the next lecture we will discuss the back exercise related to force, and the force concept is over. We will be starting this new concept of pressure in the incoming lectures. So this is all for today. Hope you enjoyed today's lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.